How will you deal with adversity in life? We all face adversity, regardless of our age, regardless of our background, whether we grew up with privilege or poverty. We will all face adversity in our health, in our attempts to generate wealth, even in our relationships. When I was a young kid, I had the privilege to spend a lot of time with my granddad on his farm. And one morning, early in the morning, I was kind of complaining to him about my life, telling him I was being bullied at the school. I was kind of nerdy and very skinny, and that I asked a lot of questions to my teachers. They didn't like it, so they gave me bad grades. And we weren't wealthy, so my parents didn't donate any money to the school. And if you wanted to be in the top sports and culture teams, your parents had to donate a lot. So I was complaining, and he was simply nodding on. In the meantime, he had put 3 pots onto the stove. He had poured water into them. And on the first one, he put some carrots, and the second one, he put some eggs, and the third one, he put some coffee beans. And I said, Granddad, are you making breakfast or lunch? Or he just stayed quiet. And he waited for the to boil. And after it had boiled for some time, he took out the carrots and the eggs and the coffee beans and poured the water from the third pot into a cup. And then he said to me, tell me, what do you see? Cut through the carrots and the eggs and the coffee beans. Tell me, what do you see before they went in the boiling water versus after? What happened to the outside and the inside? And I looked at the carrots, I cut it through, and I said, well, the carrots started off being hard on the outside and the inside. But after spending some time in the boiling water, both the outside and the inside had become soft and quite weak. And he said, yes, that's one thing that can happen to your life when you face adversity, when you go through that boiling water, when you find situations or people that don't treat you with respect or fairly. You can become soft and weak, and life and other people will just walk over you, and that's a horrible life to live. Then he said, do the same with eggs. I cut through the eggs, and he said, before and after, what happened? I said, the outside was strong and the inside was soft. And even though the outside was quite fragile, it was strong enough to protect the inside. And he said, what happened after the boiling water? I said, both the outside became even harder, but also the inside became harder. It's kind of blue and quite ugly and not that good. And he said, exactly, that's the second thing that could happen to you when you get thrown into the boiling water in life. You look the same from the outside, but what people don't realize is on the inside, you've become hard and angry and resentful and blame everybody else and even do it to them before they can do it to you. And he said that's also a life filled with suffering and loneliness and resentment. That's awful. He said, taste the water from the coffee pot. And I tasted it, and it was beautiful coffee, of course, with a lot of aroma. And he said, what happened to the coffee beans? And I said, well, they're still quite hard on the outside, but they're soft also on the inside. And he said, yes, that's a third way that you could respond. You can remain strong on the outside, but on the inside, you become soft, you are humble, you're kind, you're generous, you're respectful. And every time you deal in that way with the harsh reality of boiling water, the environment, the people that are unfair and put you through adversity, you end up changing them. You change your environment, you change the people. He said that's the way to respond to adversity in life, to have the courage to be the coffee beans. I've told this story to my own kids and to young people that I've trained and clients, and I've often had to remind myself about it because it's so easy to get distracted in life when we face adversity, and before you know it, you've become the carrots or the eggs. It takes a lot of courage to remain the coffee beans, to remain humble and kind and respectful and generous, but still strong. But by doing that, you are ending up changing your environment, helping everybody around you. Uh, if you found this valuable, please like it and share it, especially to those people that you know that are going through adversity in their health or financial situation or maybe relationships. I think this is a good reminder to everybody to have the courage to remain the coffee beans. Thank you.